What's up, y'all? I'm Jordy, and Zolrain made a Chandelure team, so you know I've got to play it. This team is actually pretty cool. We've got Roaring Moon for the speed control, Zacian Terapagos as the combo of restricteds, which are both really powerful in this meta. Terapagos may be a little less than Zacian, but I've been really loving Zacian, and Terapagos is great into Shadow Rider as long as you can get rid of the fighting types. Sneasler is a cool tech on this team with Unburden Focus Sash. Even though there's a Rillaboom here, we're not doing Grassy Seed, we're doing Unburden Focus Sash. With Fake Out and then just Dire Claw close combat with Stellar Tera. Can't really hit a ghost with this, so I guess watch out for that. Rillaboom's just Rillaboom. And Chandelure with a Choice Scarf. I would not generally recommend Choice Scarf Chandelure in a restricted meta. Even with max speed, you're slower than Koraidon, you're slower than Miraidon, you're slower than Shadow Rider Calyrex, and you're slower than Zacian. So those are a lot of big, powerful threats that Chandelure is still slower than with a Choice Scarf. But if you get it in and you get it positioned well, we do have Tailwind on this team after all, it can do some big damage because it's one of the highest special attacks on a non-restricted Pokemon. But anyways, super excited to use the candle, you know that. Let's get into it. Alright, we've got Shadow Rider, Koraidon. They have Ensign, they have Rilla, they have Amoonguss, and they have Whimsicott. Zacian's pretty fast, but not faster than everything. Plus they have Ensign. Our speed control is a little bit slower than theirs, plus Moon is good into their Shadow Rider though. Koraidon is terrifying for the turtle, and for our team in general outside of Chandelure. Whimsicott is pretty scary into the turtle because of Encore pressure. So yeah, who does nothing? Rillaboom does nothing. Except give us a Spore immunity. So not nothing. And Sneasler, not great. Because it can't hit Shadow Rider. So I'm gonna go Moon. Maybe I go Moon Candle. Is that crazy? A little bit. With the two restricteds in the back? That might be crazy. But I think I need to be crazy here. Because if I put Tailwind up, Chandelure is actually faster than Shadow Rider and Koraidon. If they don't also put Tailwind up. Cool trainer card. Sun in your hand. I'll take it. It's nice. It's not gonna win trainer card of the week most likely. Ooh, Koraidon, cool. Cool. Don't hate this. Koraidon does not like seeing a Chandelure. I'm not Tailwind. I was hoping Protect would be nice. Yeah, I go right to the bottom for Protect. That's where I tend to see it on this team. But this one's in a different spot. It almost messed me up there. Alright, yeah, I want to Protect. I can't be Encored anyway. I don't want to change my typing. I want to throw a Heat Wave. The Chandelure can get Encored. They're going to burn Tera on Koraidon. Into Steel? Okay. You can do what you want, I guess. Do they know something I don't? Okay, they go Prankster Taunt into Roaring Moon, which would not have worked unless I Tera it. And Heat Wave Blast! Why did you do that? That play makes no sense to me. Someone in the comments explain what that was. Maybe there was something to that. You expect Moon to defensively Tera. That makes sense, so you taunt it so I can't get Tailwind. I kind of get that. I don't get the Steel Tera. Alright, fake out turn here, so I can't get Tailwind up because of the fake out. I can't protect again. So I'm going to go for a knockoff into Calyrex. They're going to fake me out, whatever. And I'm going to just go into Terapagos for now, defensively. I wonder where I want to burn my Tera. I might want to save it for Zacian. Just throw an Astral Barrage. Okay, yeah, just going after Chandelure. That makes sense. That's pretty decent damage, honestly. No, but I want to hit knockoff onto Calyrex. Do I care about speed? How fast is this Terapagos? It's got some speed. I think I'd rather get a knockoff since you can't Tera. Start blasting? Nah, I'll Calm Mind. Oh, battle's just canceled. Yeah, we have enough of an advantage there after that incredible turn 1. Thanks for the game. Alright, we're fighting Miraidon, Ice Rider. They got hands, they got Farigiraf, they have Iron Valiant, and they have one of my favorite mons of all time, Galarian Moltres. Not sure what that's doing on that team, but it's cool. Alright, Chandelure. Not the worst thing in the world if they try to go Trick Room. Zacian's pretty solid as well, being faster than Miraidon, potentially? We're not necessarily faster than Miraidon. In this form. In the other form we probably are. Yeah, that's a little awkward with Zacian. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Chandelure and Zacian should be fine. The worst thing would be, what, Fake Out plus Miraidon? Miraidon just chooses to eat Chandelure alive, but we have Unga Bunga for that. And our Unga Bunga is Fire Tera, which is good. And then finally, I don't think Moon does anything for us. The question is Sneasler versus Turtle. Turtle can get rid of their terrain, but they have more than one fighting type. Whereas a Focus Sash doesn't hurt, but Fake Out isn't very useful. I'm going with Turtle. Because of how bulky it is, it can take one hit guaranteed, basically, a lot like Sneasler. Beautiful trainer card. Beautiful. Very well done. You're allowed to beat me. You have a good trainer card. Oh, they just sent out both of them. That's terrifying. Not the worst thing in the world. You can't really Tera both. They're faster than Zacian? In this form? Scarf Miraidon. That's interesting. Very interesting. I'm gonna launch a Behemoth Blade and just hard swap in Rilla here. I'm really going Scarf Miraidon out here. Cali swap, okay. Definitely take a blade with some of the mons you brought in the back. Yeah, Iron Hands will do it. Electro Drift. Yeah, you're Scarf. But hitting Rillaboom ain't gonna do it. What do they do? Probably fake out my Zacian here. I think I want to sub up. And you turn off whatever they swap Miraidon into. I'm just setting sub in case they let me. I don't know if they would. I guess I could also attack hands with Play Rough here would probably be fine. I think they probably just fake out Zacian anyway, so it doesn't matter. Rigraff makes sense. Okay. Okay, we get the sub up. I don't know if we're gonna get to keep it. They may just be hitting us with like a low kick. But they didn't fake out. I think Chandelure would be a nice swap in now, in case they were trying to get some damage on Rilla. Wouldn't want to risk Terapagos getting a broken shell. Drain Punch whiff! Beautiful. I think getting rid of my Scarf could be nice. Could Blade into the Farigiraf. Yeah, because my Scarf doesn't do anything for me other than lock me into a move in this match. Behemoth Blade, the Farigiraf. I guess I could put up the pressure on it with Heat Wave. Don't know if I need that, though. I'd rather trick the Iron Hands. Here, have a Choice Scarf. You'll love it. Makes you a lot more predictable. And I get an Assault Vest, so maybe I can actually take a hit from this Miraidon later. Okay, good. Farigiraf gone. Nice. It must be Drain Punch to break my suck now. It's gotta be. Yeah. Well, you're locked into Drain Punch, and you have no Assault Vest. Very cool. You must go into Miraidon here. Obviously. You probably Volt Switch out. Because my Rillaboom coming in is just too obvious. But I don't hate it. I'll play the game. You know exactly what I'm gonna do, and how you decide to react to it is your business. If you Draco, maybe you get rid of my Rillaboom, but that puts me in a very strong offensive position for the next turn. If you Electro Drift, I don't know what that's about. If you Volt Switch, you're fine. Volt Switch is probably the right answer. Maybe even a double into Rilla. Just dropping a Draco, okay. Doesn't even knock out Rilla. And a Drain Punch, cool. Yeah, I'll play rough your Miraidon and fake out your Miraidon. You want to swap into Cali? Be my guest. You're going to take a big chunk from those moves. I don't think Drain Punch would finish Rilla. I guess I could have U-turned here as well. The Play Rough would... I guess they could drop another Draco on my Rilla. I wouldn't like that. They swap hands. Alright. Give me Miraidon! Blop. You flinch. And then you don't dodge Play Rough. Good. Good, good, good. Is there any chance Iron Hands is just like... I'm gonna click Fake Out anyway. They also have Tera. I wonder what Tera they are. I think I want to U-turn out. I'll Blade and U-turn this Calyrex here. Iron Hands can Fake Out if it wants, but it'll never be able to do another thing ever again. I guess Calyrex and Iron Hand, they're gonna set up Trick Room. They have a good defensive Tera. Could be in a bit of trouble. Ooh, free hit. Nice play. I see the Blade in the U-turn. And what do you click with your hands? Drain Punch Rillaboom isn't enough. Okay, good. I'm gonna Blade this Cali, or should I sub now? I think now is a fine time to substitute. No, because they'll know Chandelure can come in for this slot. They'll Drain Punch Zacian. I think I just want to take out hands. With Play Rough might do it. And I'll U-turn out Cali. Yeah, because Cali's definitely going to go for a defensive Tera here. No, they're not. Oh. Iron Hands just barely hangs on. Well, now a Trick Room would be pretty scary. So Chandelure is pretty good offensively now. Yeah, Drain Punch into Zacian. Fine. And normal Tera makes me weak to Drain Punch. Not great. Should save it for Terapagos anyway. How many turns of Grass? Last turn of Grass. Cool. I'm gonna Blade the Cali. And just throw a Heat Wave. High horsepower into Zacian is fine. Heat Wave's gonna do a big chunk of damage. Probably knock out the Iron Hands if it connects there. Yeah, Drain Punch Whiff, go ahead. Even Scarf, you're slower than Chandelure. Yeah, beautiful. Alright, we get Rillaboom. Rillaboom gets to Fake Out until we stall another turn of this Trick Room. I think Heat Wave is still the play. It's the only move that's going to KO from here. Yeah, you get to protect. But then you have to pick between Glacial Lance to take out Rillaboom or High Horsepower to take out Chandelure. If you High Horsepower to take out Chandelure, you're going to get hit by a big Wood Hammer. Should it be a U-turn? Yeah, it could be a U-turn. I could also throw in Terra Grass the Chandelure while you Glacial Lance. Okay, yeah, it's High Horsepower. cool. Then I get to fake out the last turn of Trick Room, Calm Mind with Terapagos, and then blast you with a super effective Tera Starstorm. Perfect. Chandelure did great here, honestly. Terapagos the Gourmet. Oh no, don't eat the turtle. Is that legal here in Paldea? Which is like Spain? I'll have to look. Yeah, and last turn of Trick Room, you got no shot. Calm Mind, fake out. Yeah, you protect, of course. But then a super effective +1 Tera Starstorm. I don't know. Plus a Wood Hammer with no terrain. Would it ever be worth to just not Terra this turn to keep my shell? Because I'm sure I do enough damage. So nah, I'm not going to worry about it. Tera Starstorm and Wood Hammer. That'll definitely seal the deal. If somehow at half health you can live a +1 super effective single target Tera Starstorm, then Terapagos just that's a Terapagos problem at that point if that's not doing enough. Not that Calyrex is great. It's that Terapagos sucks if I can't get this KO. Oh yeah, and we're also faster than our Rill. I didn't know the speed orders there. Yeah, that's enough. That's definitely enough. Props to them for staying, but yeah, that was over. Whew. Good job, team. Especially Zacian for revealing the Scarf Miraidon right away. Ah, pretty cool tech. And great trainer card. Alright, we've got Miraidon, Kyogre, Fire Pawn, Roaring Moon, Iron Hands, and Farigiraf. Okay, looks like mostly a Miraidon team that also has Kyogre slapped on it. Interesting. Well, we both have Roaring Moon, and mine's max speed, so we're going to be able to get our Tailwind up first, most likely, which is nice. They could lead Fake Out, I guess. We definitely want Rillaboom of our own. It's good into both Miraidon and Kyogre. Alright, so it's Tailwind plus who? Probably Zacian, honestly. Get some offensive pressure down. Fire Pawn's a little scary against this whole team, if I'm being honest. We gotta have Rilla. Is it Chandelure, though? It resists both moves from Fire Pawn, but Flash Fire doesn't work against Mold Breaker. Terapagos is just okay, not amazing. It might be Sneasler. Close Combat and Dire Claw do good damage into the whole team. Yeah, I'm going for it. Alright, Sneasler, what can you do? Ooh, good trainer card. Big Kyogre. Or normal size Kyogre, I guess? I don't think Kyogres come in different sizes. I guess you can correct me if I'm wrong there. Iron Hands plus Miraidon. That's fine. We can double protect the Fake Out turn. Or I could single protect, bring in Rillaboom. I don't want to bring in Rillaboom. Both of these mons want to stay in. Alright, and there's our booster energy. Alright, Zacian was faster than that Miraidon, so we confirm it's not Scarf. I'm going to just protect and protect. There are plays they could make on either Fake Out target. You know, we don't actually need the Tailwind either. Both of our Mons are faster than both of their Mons right now. Could do with something a little more aggressive, like a Breaking Swipe. Play Rough? Miraidon hard swaps, that's fine. Into Fire Pond, okay. Respect that. Still the fastest Mons on the field because we know Fire Pond is holding Hearthflame Mask. Unless you self-Volt Switch, I don't think you're getting anything out of this turn. It's just Drain Punch into Roaring Moon. Cool. I'm gonna go Breaking Swipe to weaken them both a bit. Do fear the Fire Pond quite a bit. But Breaking Swipe is what I need to do. Could sub, but then a double into Zacian is trouble. I think my best bet is just to play Rough Iron Hands. Ooh, Spiky Shield. Nice. Zacian's not getting hit here. And Breaking Swipe plus Play Rough will be enough to take Iron Hands, most likely. And I don't know if Iron Hands... I mean, they're on electric terrain, so they probably could KO us back if we missed. Even at -1. Because the boost doesn't change when you go to -1. It was boosting attack when it started, so it stays on attack. Even though it was -1 there. Here's their Roaring Moon. The only thing I fear is that their max speed, they get the Tailwind first, so I'm just going to Tailwind Protect. Roaring Moon isn't that threatening to Zacian, so then next turn we can double the Ogre Pond maybe? I guess they could see that coming. I could also pull Zacian out at any time to come back later to finish off Miraidon. Oh, honestly, Fire Pond's scarier than Miraidon at this point. We have Rillaboom and Sneasler in the back. Tera. Must be Moon, right? No, it's Fire Pond. Okay, they know who the threat is. Yeah, +1 Fire Pond, very scary. Protect, that's cool. That's very cool. Here's our Tailwind. We could use that. I think Breaking Swipe, go into Sneasler. They should be strong enough to activate our Sash. I don't mind giving up my +1 boost on Zacian instead of giving up my Zacian. I guess they would go back to neutral from the Breaking Swipe, which is fine. That should still be enough to knock Sneasler down to Sash. Then we would have to play games with Spiky Shield. But we have Protect and we have Fake Out. They go for another Protect on the Moon. Interesting play. Here, take some free damage. Woo! Big damage on the Moon. Should have just attacked. Set up your own Tailwind, maybe. You're not going to get the chance to now. Yep, 1 HP Sneasler. I'm going to go for another Breaking Swipe to finish off Moon. But I'm going to protect Sneasler, try to bait out a Spiky Shield. If I can bait out a Spiky Shield, then we're golden. I can just throw a close combat into it. Probably boost it with Stellar Tera. Alright, show me Spiky Shield. If not, that's cool too. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. And Breaking Swipe will ensure they don't get their own Tailwind off. So we'll just remain the fastest mons on the field. I guess the question is, do I want to put my Tailwind back up? Because it just ran out, right? No? No, because I protected turn 1. I waited a turn. Cool. Double Spiky Shield should be the play. If they get the double Spiky Shield, I want to keep Roaring Moon around. Yeah, okay. Presumably they won't get the double Spiky Shield. They might go for it. Presumably they won't get it, and Stellar Close Combat can seal the deal here. I guess then we have to hit a play rough over the course of the rest of the match, which we might be able to take a hit from this thing. Alright, here's our Moon Protect. Here's their attempt at Spiky Shield. They don't even go for it. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Take that thing out. Boom. Goodbye, big threat. And Sneasler did its job. Now, depending on what they click, maybe Sneasler sticks around and gets to do even more. Wouldn't that be nice? If so, I'll reset the terrain and go for a sleep. Electro Drift into Moon. Okay. Yeah, I'll go for Rillaboom and try to put it to sleep with Dire Claw, because I think that's the funny thing to do. Electric Terrain will block sleep, but if I get rid of Electric Terrain, I can put it to sleep. I can't get the Paralysis, but it can still roll Paralysis, so there's just a smaller chance of getting any status at all because of that. But I could get the Poison, I could get the Sleep. Can't get the KO. Ah, no status. Well, maybe with this healing and I don't have the Terra boost anymore, maybe now I can get the status. And I'll follow it up with a Wood Hammer. Come on, let me do it. Ah! Good job, Sneasler, winning the game. Good trainer card, too. Alright. Ooh, okay. Shadow Rider and Zacian. Alright, they got their own Zacian there. I don't see that combo very often. They've also got Chen Pao, Fire Pond, Urshifu, and Whimsicott. Lots of physical attackers to pair with Chen Pao, and then Tailwind of their own. So they're going to be faster. But well, they're going to be faster. That's not good for us. We could get up our Tailwind, though we are weak to Zacian and to Chen Pao. I do like our own Zacian quite a bit, especially with Terra Normal. So I think I'll just throw that there on lead. They don't even have a Incineroar to intimidate us, which is nice. Turtle? Not in love with the Turtle in this one. So I think I'm just going to go Zacian with Moon. I guess we can at least threaten the Chandelure. Yeah, the Chandelure in the back at least threatens their Zacian. Since we have fire moves and we resist their moves, we may not necessarily be faster though. And then finally, maybe it is Turtle. You know, Turtle does good into Calyrex. If Calyrex goes a little bit crazy, we have the Turtle. Yeah, could also be Sneasler with the Sash, but it doesn't really do anything into Calyrex if they don't Terra, since we just have Dire Claw, Close Combat, Fake Out. Shiny Pig! Shiny Pig! I wish Oink alone was like good. Whimsicott Zacian. We got Zacian and Roaring Moon. Not perfect. No, it could be worse. Theirs is already faster than ours. That's one thing to know. Could just Tera Poison here. I'm gonna Blade Whimsicott. If they're faster, is there a reason to get up Tailwind? I think I'll Behemoth Blade into their Zacian. Just protect my Roaring Moon. That's what I want to do. They're gonna Tailwind. That's fine. Hopefully they try to hit my Moon, which they do. Perfect. And they cannot Encore my Moon into Protect because it's Dark type, so it's immune to Prankster. So we get a free hit. Boom. Woo! Critical hit. Okay, that's huge. I will take that. Now if you send out Shadow Rider, do it. See if I care. Chen Pao. Okay. Do want to hit the Chen Pao. So I'll send a Blade into that. We will actually be faster than their Chen Pao if I get Tailwind up. So I think I'm going to go Tera Poison. It's a little iffy. Nah, I'm going to throw a Blade into Pao. And then just Tailwind. If they want to take Roaring Moon, they can. Because we're not going to be faster than their Shadow Rider with anything we have. Even Scarf Chandelure. Alright, we're seeing a Tera now. From Pao. Into fighting! Interesting. Behemoth Blade is still going to do enough damage, I would think. But Stab Sacred Sword into Zacian, not enough. Even with a crit. And Moonblast into Moon. If you're offensive, yeah, okay, you get the KO. But that Tailwind wasn't going to do too much for us anyway. Don't appreciate that crit Sacred Sword. But I appreciate you being on low health. Turtle time! Since Chen Pao is faster than their Whimsicott, they're gonna have to break the shell before they hit me with Chen Pao. I'm gonna throw Behemoth Blade into Whimsicott and Earth Power, Starstorm the Chen Pao. That way, if Chen Pao hits Zacian, I take Pao. If they double into Terapagos, they're not going to KO it. Yeah. I'll Blade Whimsicott. Starstorm Pao. And I want to do Starstorm because if I get Encored into it, I can still hit the Tera Starstorm. Alright, they're just... okay. This play makes sense. Moonblast and Protect. But I'm going to take your Whimsicott now. And my Terapagos, it's Covert Cloak, so it's not necessarily good. It's not going to be able to heal up. Yeah, here's Calyrex. Last turn of their Tailwind. You definitely Sacred Sword Terapagos and Astral, right? So if I can take out Chen Pao, I can win, right? Is this risky? Sure, but it's what I'm going for. Yeah, because if your Shadow Rider has to whiff, then... I mean, then you can knock out Zacian, then you can knock out Chandelure. Terapagos may not be able to KO you in time. Disable Calyrex, trying to stop our Starstorm. And they Sacred Sword the right slot, oh no! Okay, that's really bad. Their Tailwind is gone, so Chandelure is faster than their Chen Pao, but it's not going to be faster than their Calyrex. I'm going to try to blast a Heat Wave. And I guess Earth Power their Chen... Yeah, they're just going to Astral Sacred Sword. Man, they totally got me with that. If I had... what was my play there? Swap in Chandelure? Their Life Orb Cali. Is the Sacred Sword just going to be enough to take out the turtle? They got the stab boost. Yeah. Wow! Okay. They were going to be able to disable the Earth Power anyway. Dang. Brutal endgame. Good game. Good trainer card. And we are back. Chandelure and Sneasler, they did great. Zolrain, you cooked with this team. If you like this team too, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, go check out Zolrain's channel, which I've linked in the description. But anyways, I'm Jordy, and alright, peace.